Times Judge Lauren Lake laughs at cheaters and manipulators.
I felt like I was at an auction or something. Like, with I was like, what? It was about to bid.
Yeah.
You were married and you were sleeping with all different women.
No.
Who am I married
upon
to?
Upon her arrival, we was together. Took her down.
Moving on.
I took her down. I took her down. Yes, I did. And I put her to
Mr.
sleep.
Scott.
This Graham is in court today to prove that there is no way that her 2-year-old baby Skyla is her son's child. But the daughter-in-law claimed otherwise.
Miss Autry, you say the defendant is taking advantage of your son by pinning a baby on him, and you have physical proof that her 2-year-old daughter, Skyla, is not your grandchild. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Ms. Martin, you claim that the plaintiff is a monster-in-law and is denying your daughter only because she doesn't like you. You need help?
Yes, Your Honor.
When Judge Lauren asked the brash Bubby why she was bent on the fact that her poor son was being exploited, she responded like this.
Well, she entrapped my son by marrying him, giving him things like money, clothes, car, you name it, she give it to him. And she just want a man to call on because she ain't no but old tramp.
Wait a minute now. Let's use respectful language. I want to understand this. You say she entrapped him, but she's giving him money. She's doing this to what end? What does she want
She want a man of her own.
The amusing part was that while Miss Autry was acting like a total DNA queen at the time, she had previously accepted the baby girl.
Because you just don't care for Miss Martin, or are you saying this because you really have doubt?
I really have doubt.
For me.
Okay.
If that's my grandbaby, I would take her and love her the way I do the other 6.
You don't do the other baby like that I have.
Well, I did it first, I found out she was mine too.
You don't do that.
They call me Queen
I call her.
Because I'm going to do a DNA test on every baby in my...
As the trial progressed, it became clear that Big Mama was orchestrating the drama solely to annoy her daughter-in-law.
What was the nature of the relationship between you and Miss Autry's son?
That's my husband.
That's your that's your husband.
My husband.
So he's still your husband.
Get married to
ma'am.
you.
Nevertheless, what happened next left even the judge puzzled and lizzing.
Cause I got a phone call, so I was getting married down to my house, so I was on my way walking down there to start the marriage to my friend. That's why I was going out to go start the wedding.
She tried to stop the wedding, Your Honor. She tried to stop the wedding.
Way too close so you can get married to him.
She tried to stop the wedding.
Sure
Miss Autry, I missed all of that. You can't talk that fast, then turn to the side. I can't even read your lips. I felt like I was at an auction or something. Like, with I was like, what?
However, if you think Miss Autry was hard-boiled in the courtroom, then you should know Miss Martin had changed her wedding venue due to her monster-in-law.
Oh, you have to move locations because of Miss Autry?
He's crazy, Your Honor. Yes, that's exactly what happened.
So what happened? She comes to the wedding, and what do you say at the wedding?
They didn't even get to do it. She jumped in another car and they took her to Oak Cliff to get married.
So you all left your own wedding venue?
Yes, Your Honor.
And moved to a different location?
She's crazy.
Even though Judge Lauren was playing along with Miss Autry, everyone assumed that the paternity drama was due to the woman's hatred, until the cheating part came out.
What you want me to do? You disrespect me all the time.
Well, you came into my home and disrespected me.
But you disrespected me first, Miss
Oh,
Autry.
no.
You came
to my house.
You never showed me any
I told you was lying.
Your husband, that this was not his child?
Yes, Your Honor. I was trying to hurt him. He left me to go be with another woman, and I was trying to hurt him like he hurted me.
Did you sleep with another man?
Yes, Your Honor.
Afterward, she presented her own evidence and even mentioned her discount for babysitting to the judge.
Look at the right foot.
That little right one is kind of hedging over though.
Yes.
It's gotta be fully crossed.
She only 2. I mean, give it time. The toes got to grow. Let them develop first.
They look like they already big old toes.
She has toes like Miss Autry as well. They have little feet.
My toes don't. You want to see my toes?
Your feet are little, Miss Autry. My daughter has feet like her family. Miss Autry has small feet and so does my baby.
But it was time for trivia to end.
It has been determined by this court. Biological father is Mr. Martin.
I'll take that for 200, Your Honor.
You are the grandmother, Miss Autry.
I need your help. Can I get an apology?
No, I do apologize to Skyla, not to her.
I'll accept that.
And I
it's
will
all about
accept Skyla
into
my house.
At the end of the day, you all are family.
Mr. Scott, being his usual masher self, was back in paternity court after impregnating another woman and denying fatherhood again.
You're here today denying you fathered the defendant, Miss Kalan's 4-month-old daughter, Ezra, and today's paternity results will clear your name.
Yes, Your Honor.
Now, Miss Kalan, you claim plaintiff was excited when he found out you were pregnant, but then only a few months before you gave birth, Mr. Scott disappeared.
This trial also started off conventionally, like this.
We met online. We chatted for about 3 weeks. I'll say 3 weeks to a month, something like that, you know. So she came to visit me, came to my city, she came to visit me. You know, we hung out, we spent time, had a nice time that night. No big deal, you know. She went to sleep. I happened to go through her phone. I went through her phone.
On the first night, you guys had a date?
Yeah, well, you know, the reason why I went through your phone, the reason why I went through your phone is because her phone.
He had no reason to go through my phone.
So the man has trust issues. But what about himself sleeping around while he was married?
You were married and you were sleeping with all different women.
I wasn't even married. I was divorced.
Thank you.
So I went through her phone. Prior to us being together, conversating and conversing, I see that she had other text messages from other men.
But you weren't in a committed relationship, right?
Yeah.
No, not at that time. No, upon of her arrival.
No, see, that's why he's stuttering, because he's lies.
No.
Who am I married to?
Upon her arrival, we was together.
Yes, after listening to that, we can't blame Lauren for not taking Mr. Scott seriously. So she asked him to tell her what was important.
You to give me the relevant facts. I don't need to know.
Yes, we were
So
intimate.
you were intimate?
Yes, we were.
Okay.
Yes, we were.
But you felt like she was intimate with other people during the same time frame.
Exactly,
No.
yes.
So now, Miss Kalana, I gotta come to you. What do you have to say about his accusation?
He is a lie. I think he believes his own lie, for real. I mean, this is like crazy.
So, Mr. Scott was crazy and a liar. So the reality TV judge could not help but laugh at his antics like this.
Moving on.
I took her down. I took her down. Yes, I did. And I put her to
Mr.
sleep.
Scott, wait, now I'm starting to believe this was part of your scheme or plan to get to her phone.
After this, another let's make the judge uncomfortable round was played.
Okay,
And it was a
Motel
weekly
6.
Motel 6 because they had the whole entertainment system inside the motel.
Oh,
It was the
wait a
whole
minute.
thing.
So you know that firsthand?
The whole week, you got the whole, she had cups up there, Newport.
You saying her motel room had all of the extended stay features?
Yeah.
But now, it was time to get serious.
Give me this information. I need this testimony. Miss
she would've
Kalan,
never,
you
ever
said
had
you let
text
him know
messages
you're
when we were going
pregnant.
through this.
Yes.
And then what?
He was happy. Said, quote unquote, oh, mommy, we're gonna be a family. Yeah, that was the nickname.
And did you want to be a family with him?
I mean, it was what it was. I wasn't sure if that's what I
What
wanted.
was
He
it?
wanted me to move.
Wait, you said it was what it was.
I mean,
I
I just met him not long before that. You
said,
know,
I'm
I
not
was
finna move
kind
no
of like
Sacramento,
blurry
man.
about it
That
myself.
weird
You know,
city.
who does that? Who gets pregnant the first time they go see somebody?
However, the result left us in awe.
Mr. Scott, you are not father.
I apologize. I could be woman enough to apologize and keep it moving.
Hope's mother has come to Lauren because she believes that her swinging ex is the father of her daughter.
Ms. Wilson, you believe that Mr. Phillips was always unfaithful to you and still holds a flame for his ex-wife.
Yes, Your Honor.
Yet you claim he is the one who's always accused you of cheating, and he's repeatedly denied fathering your daughter, Hope.
Yes, Your Honor.
You are requesting the results of a paternity test to prove he is indeed Hope's biological father.
Yes, Your Honor.
But Mr. Phillips is resistant, saying that the baby looks like Miss Wilson's coworker, whom she used to mess around with behind his back.
You say you believe that Ms. Wilson had sexual relations with a coworker, and it is he who fathered her 2-year-old daughter. You claim the child looks just like that coworker and nothing like you. That man, Mr. Garcia, has also been tested and will join us in court.
The Wilsons told the court that they divorced due to constant bickering and trust issues.
How did your relationship with Mr. Phillips go so wrong?
Well, the way we got together, just having sex, and so when you build a relationship like that.
That's pretty together.
Yeah, right. And when
So
you.
it started off as a non-committal sexual relationship.
Correct.
Okay.
Still, when Mr. Phillips got a chance to tell what went down, he said this.
We were separated at a point in time, and during that point in time, she led me to believe that I was the only man that she was sexually involved with. But she let me know she was doing the clubs and she was dating people, but she was not sexually involved with anybody. One of my friends was inside the club with her. She was making love in the club. She was tongue kissing, she was grappling.
So, when the throwing blame round started, the judge reminded participants why they were in court in the first place.
This court isn't about cheating. It's not cheating court, it's paternity court. Whether you slept with the other man while you were in a relationship or while you were not, it's about determining who this child's father is. So whether it's in the relationship or out of the relationship, it still could be relevant.
Right,
It is
I
relevant.
understand, it is. It's
It
very
shows
relevant,
to a character.
yes.
Miss Wilson even admitted to the judge that she lived and vacationed with her coworker. Even though this arrangement baffled the judge, what got revealed next made Lauren go like this.
Ms. Wilson, were you talking on the phone?
Yeah, I was on the phone with a man, not my man. And he's done the same thing when I was having sex with him also.
What in the world?
It was a booty.
You probably shouldn't say this, but how good could it be if you trying to talk on the phone?
Judge Lauren asked them how both ended up being committed to each other. But that made another creepy cat pop out of the bag.
We need to move somewhere else so we can start new. And so we end up moving to a different area.
So wait, you had slept with so many women in your apartment complex?
Yes. When we moved into our new place, it was for a new start. We would leave everything behind.
Well, that reaction was justified, wasn't it? But now it was time to bring in the coworker.
Mr. Phillips contends that you were with Ms. Wilson in the club, that you were kissing in the club.
I was.
Were
we
you
weren't
kissing?
She was showing me how to kiss.
I'm a good teacher. I'm a good teacher.
And that.
And she really showed me how to kiss.
So you were at school getting a lesson.
That is correct.
Yes, I was
You
getting a lesson.
weren't really kissing her. It was a lesson.
Right.
After that revelation, it was time for a result.
Mr. Phillips, you are her father. It seems as if these results really meant a lot to you. What are you feeling?
It's the best day of my life.
Good.
That's the best day of my life.
Miss Sanchez is seeking help from a reality TV court because her spiritual partner is concerned about her infidelity and the paternity of her alleged child.
Miss Sanchez, you say you are spiritually married to the defendant, but claim his denial that he fathered your 8-month-old son has stopped him from legally marrying. You need paternity proof to save this relationship. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Turman, on the other hand, told the court that he can no longer live with the trust issues.
I'm here because, like she said, we got married. There's too many trust issues. And I feel like if you don't have trust, you can't go forward with the relationship. And I don't believe he's mine. I want to find out.
So this paternity question literally has your marriage, your legal marriage, on hold.
Yes.
You refuse to move forward, and you're basically living in not just legal limbo, but also love limbo.
Yes.
So things were pretty serious until this fact came out.
We met on Tinder, and I'm swiping, and I came across her profile, and I super liked. So super like is when it goes directly to them, so they know somebody likes you. So she liked me back, we connected. We were supposed to hang out the first night. She declined because she was with somebody else she met from Tinder. So the second night is when we actually hung out. We had some drinks, and we had sex the first night.
The sassy judge was shocked to find out that she went along with the flow of the trail.
After you had the first date and first sexual encounter with Miss Sanchez, that you all were exclusive?
So I felt that we were exclusive, but me and her had two different ideas of what talking is. To me, talking is...
What does talking even mean? I talk to a lot of people. That means nothing to me. We had no ground rules.
As a result, their dynamic was concluded as follows.
That we met, and she probably could have slept with him the first night.
Did you bring it up? Did you say, oh, I saw you give your information to this guy?
Yeah, I did, and she kept the same attitude, like...
Because how could I know it's wrong if we're just talking? I didn't feel guilty about that.
Well, she's being honest. You were on direct dial and she was on the party line.
Right.
After determining the underlying issue, the judge directly asked the woman this.
For people that I was swiping through, matching with, and having conversations with.
So how many conversations did you have open when you were with Mr. Turman?
Exactly.
We were just talking.
Okay. So I'm right, you was on the party line and you had stopped swiping.
Yeah.
And you was on automatic swipe.
But wait. Bombshell evidence still had to hit the courtroom.
We went to the grocery store, we came back, so I go to the trunk to get the groceries or whatever, and I find men's boxers in the trunk. I know for sure these aren't mine. I'm like, whose are these? These are not mine.
What?
So
Jerome, I don't even know if I want to see that evidence. You want to go get it?
They wash it?
Oh, you know I'm a germaphobe. Put it on this pen. Exhibit A, men's boxers.
Though Miss Sanchez told the court how it was all very clear, Judge Lauren was still having a hard time with what the baby mama was saying, so she moved on to the results to end all the confusion.
Mr. Turman, you are the father. got this man getting videos of you. You admittedly is still on Tinder, open conversation with folks and meeting folks because you didn't think you were exclusive. You got boxers in your trunk, and now you admittedly say you aren't the father? This child isn't yours? How do you think you could overcome all of that doubt? You really just put the needle on the haystack.
This couple is back with the same question, but this time, Mr. Jalik is reassuring the child's false paternity because the child is a baby girl.
Now you say Mr. Jalik is denying your 6-month-old daughter, Jayani, because he is confused and delusional. But you have no doubt, you say, that he is the father. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
Mr. Jalik, you say Ms. Tillis has demonstrated questionable behavior. And until you are given 100% proof that you claiming Jayani as your biological daughter. Is that correct?
Yes, Your Honor.
The judge began by asking Ms. Tillis what she expected from paternity court this time.
I'm here today to prove to him that he is Jayani's father. It's very important to me and him. I just want the inconsistency to stop, him being hot and cold with Jayani. If I have to be a full-time mother, then he needs to be a full-time father. He needs to be there the same amount of time that I'm there with them.
After this, Lauren asked Mr. Jalik about the conception of the baby girl.
We wasn't together. I was out of state. During June and July, we wasn't even vibing.
Yes, we
So
were.
by
When you got
what
back,
she did was, Your
the
Honor,
end of July when you got back, the end of June when you had returned, we started messing around because everything went back to being cool with us.
that wasn't June. That
Yes,
was
it
in July.
was.
Mr. Jalik even brought his pregnancy calendar to court.
Jalik, you submitted a calendar to the court.
Yes, I did.
I
Your
want to
Honor.
go over that.
During this time in red, I was not in the same state as Ms. Tillis.
June 24th to July 5th.
I was out of state with family.
All right.
Between the time in the red and the time in the green, my son's birthday was here, July the 29th. He turned 2 here. So the week before my son's birthday, I guess you can say we cooled down, we kind of reconciled our differences because his birthday was coming up. So we may have had sex the week before my son's birthday.
The alleged baby daddy told the court that he even found proof of another guy involved in the story.
I picked him up and sat him in my lap. He had her phone that's open. I directly went to her gallery. In Miss Tillis's photo, you have a picture of a month fresh newborn, which is right here, and one of her ex-boyfriends cropped together in her phone. The baby ain't even 60 days old yet. Why is you cropping a picture of my daughter with your ex?
That's a great question.
However, when Miss Tillis tried to defend herself, she got schooled by the reality TV judge like this.
Miss Tillis, this does seem a little,
Your
what
Honor,
would possess
if my
you?
sister is not there for me to be like, how does she look like this person right here?
You going on and on when I say hold on does not give you any more credibility. It just makes you look like you making up a bunch of nonsense. The truth is right now in this moment, you have a very real issue that you need to be honest enough to deal with.
See, the judge got serious at this point, but Mr. Jalik's next statement made the whole courtroom go giggling.
She's Jadis' sister. Well, we trying to figure out if I'm Jayani's father. So whatever I do with Jadis, I'm gonna do for Jayani. So she don't feel nothing but unconditional love for me. I'm a boy maker.
Hold on.
Oh,
So, Mr. Jalik, you only make boys.
Yes, ma'am.
Because we've heard
Yes,
that
ma'am.
said in our courtroom before.
All I make is NFL and NBA stars. All I make. That's it. That's all I produce.
Mr. Jalik even told the court his secret tonic formula of only making boys.
I drink my prune juice and lemon juice, so that helps me create boys, you know what I'm saying?
Prune juice and lemon juice. All right. We learn something new every day in here.
And don't forget pickle juice. That's good too. Pickle juice is a natural remedy as well.
A natural remedy for what?
Just keeping yourself tight and right.
But what does that have to do with producing boys?
See, I can't go, it's a southern thing that we was taught way back.
I got time. What is it?
It's,
If you combine pickle juice, prune juice, and lemon juice, you produce more boys?
yes, ma'am.
After listening to all that Southern man's knowledge, the judge was ready for the envelope.
Mr. Jalik, you are the father.